Alright guys, you're watching Merit Excavation RC. Just going to do a quick little rundown on the Dozer here. So this thing is built, it looks like it's like a Caterpillar D10 or either a D11. This is a really cool piece of equipment, really neat toy, and there's a lot of good things about this thing, and then there's a lot of things that I wish that they would have improved on. So I had to actually do a lot of mods to make this thing actually dig and actually push dirt. So one thing I did, I went to a local tire shop and I got me some weights. Now I don't have a battery in it right now, it's charging, so I'm not going to be able to operate this, but if you want to watch the videos of it operating, just scroll through my category and you'll see it. So I added weights here. I added 1, 2, 3 ounces, and then this right here is a total of 1 ounce weight just in the back, and then I added 2 ounces of weight to the blade. I also epoxied me a steel cutting edge right here. The reason being is whenever this machine's fully, whenever you let the blade all the way down, it doesn't go low enough to actually like get material. It'd have to be a really flat surface that you were dozing on in order for it to actually pick up material. So I did have to modify the blade, but you know, other than that, run time on this thing, I get around an hour out of it, and that's really running it pretty hard. And it's pretty impressive to just have like I think it's a 7 milliamp battery, or a 7 I can't remember. But the ripper, it's kind of useless. Thought about taking it off, but I didn't want to mess up the balance of the Dozer. But for 70 bucks, 75 bucks, you can get them on Amazon. It's well worth it, you know, for a hobbyist and everything. Let's run down. All right, so I did run this thing in mud a good bit in the first few videos that I done with it, and the mud, it really caked up really bad, which it would on a full-size Dozer. It really caked up the undercarriage bad. It got to the point where the thing wouldn't hardly move. I had to take it apart here at the house. I fully disassembled the machine, completely cleaned it, and I actually added some Vaseline to the undercarriage wheels here to help it roll. And right now, it's done great. Now I have not had any of my equipment thus far in any kind of dry environment. I've pretty much tested it to the max, like to bad conditions, muddy, nasty, and they've worked phenomenal. Sand right now seems to be the best because the tracks are good and clean. You know, I got a little bit of sand in here, which I'm going to pick out once it dries. But the Dozer, I'll give the Dozer a rating it wise, just because I've had to do so much modifications to make it work. Now, if Huina would put as much effort into the Dozers as they do the Trackos, this thing would be phenomenal. That Trackco is amazing. Dozer, it definitely needs more weight. It needs the ability for the blade to come down further. Weight's a big thing. Blade moving down further. The speed of this thing is great. The torque of this thing is great. I've never had it bog out. It just spins the tracks. And that's another thing. I believe that these tracks need to be slightly more aggressive. And I might do some sort of modifications where I epoxy cleats on this thing, like some really heavy cleats, but that'll come later in time unless there's somebody out there that actually makes a replaceable track with really heavy cleats. But this thing's very easy to disassemble. I mean, it's literally these 2 screws right here, take the blade off, and then these 2 screws right here on your drive sprockets, or your final drive, that's what this is called on the real machine. On your final drive, you pop them off, everything comes apart, you clean this bad boy, and it'll last. So, I'm gonna give it probably a 7 out of 10, just because I've had to do some modifications to it. But other than that, it works great. So if you like videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. And like I said, you can get these on Amazon for like 75 bucks. So you guys have a good day. Thank you.